What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our channel. This is your boy Ejike, back again with another video. Waiting the happen, waiting the sub. How on a day? So you've seen the title of today's video: Nigerian pastors, African pastors, and politicians. Is there any difference? In this video, we're talking about development of Africa, development of Nigeria. You know, we always crave for Africa to be like China, to be like the West. We want development in Africa, but we're not putting in the work. All right, so this video is like a conversation between us. I want everybody to contribute. If you come across this video, I would like you to lend your voice in the comment section. All right, let everybody know your own opinion. Make your voice heard in the comment section. You know, we want development in Africa. We want to develop our country, Nigeria. We have the natural resources, we have the manpower, but we don't have the infrastructure, you know, for development to take place in our continent, for people to be comfortable, for people to leave poverty line, you know, and be at least the middle class. That is what we are talking about in this video. Before we continue, let me get this one out of the way. This video is not about any person. This video is not about pastors. It's not about politicians in particular, but it's about you and I. What can we do? What have we been doing, you know, that is not getting us anywhere? And what are we supposed to do to take us to where we want to be? That is what this video is all about. And the things that you'll be seeing in this video, some of the clips that I'll be using, they are just for illustration purposes, just to let you know that these things that we are doing are wrong. It's not taking us where we want to be, it's not developing our lives, and it's not taking people out of poverty. That is just why I'm putting some of these clips for you to see. All right, in mathematics, problems in mathematics have different formulas that you can use to solve them. But if you're using that one that is giving you failure, if you continue using it over and over again, you are still going to get that same result. There won't be a different result. All right. So before I go on, I want to let you guys know what somebody said. This is a post a woman made. She said, "I usually try to avoid topics relating to religion, politics, but this one enter. Auchi is one of the poorest towns in Nigeria. This man spoke nothing but facts. If half of the religious organizations in Nigeria were businesses, factories, people will have jobs. Perhaps there will be less criminality, cybercrime. I never felt so hopeless about Nigeria. Is there any hope for our country?" You know, this is not just about Nigeria. This is about Africa in general. Do we still have hope of development in Africa? That is the question we need to ask. All right. So let's get into the video proper. When certain topics are raised and questions like why can't Nigerian pastors, African pastors, our big GOs contribute without measures to the restoration and development of Africa and Nigeria as a country, you know, their followers, their fans, they will come to you, they will come at you and say things like talk to your government, channel your complaint to the government, to the politicians. That is what they usually say. First of all, I want you guys to take note of this. 1 Corinthians chapter 6. You know, when we are talking about sin of commission that takes people to hell, because this is about politicians and pastors, all right? We see politicians in a different light. We see them and we conclude that these are the kind of sins that politicians commit, because politicians, we see these people, this particular set of people are those that cannot make heaven. They are not of God because they are not taking care of the people, all right? And they don't care about the development of the people and the country. Now, the second one I want you guys to have in mind is Matthew chapter 25, all right? That is about omission. Those things that you're supposed to do that you're not doing to help your fellow human beings. Those things that you're supposed to have done to help somebody that is in need to come out of that problem that you did not do. Guys, don't forget that Jesus said, because someone was in prison, you did not visit that person. Someone was thirsty, you did not give that person water to drink. Someone was hungry, you did not give that person food to eat. That those things that you did it to him. All right, that is what Jesus said. So I want you guys to have that at the back of your mind. Let's watch this short clip. I'll be right back.
Tell me.
I have $1 million from Nigeria.
What?
$1 million, yeah.
Wait. You have what?
$1 million.
1 million what?
US dollars.
What did you say?
Who are the politicians? Human beings. Who are the pastors? They are human beings. What makes up a government? Still human beings. So is there any difference between a pastor and a politician? Because all of them are humans. You and I, we are humans. We are the people that constitute a government. We are the people that elect our leaders. We are the people that went out to cast our votes. So when you say channel your complaint to the government, you're talking about yourself because you are part of the government. Human beings make up the government. Human beings constitute a government. All right. So politicians go for power, wealth for themselves. And pastors also, some of them per se, go for wealth, fame at any cost. So is there any difference between someone who is going for wealth with religion and someone who is going for wealth with politics? Is there any difference? There is no difference. And the common thing here is that they go for wealth and it's for themselves. It's not for development of the people or development of the country or development of the continent. All right. These guys keep getting fatter and richer, while people that follow them are getting poorer, hungrier, because nothing is going on in their lives. They don't even know if they can see 1 square meal tomorrow to eat. All right. But those they are following, those that they are protecting, are getting fatter and fatter on daily basis. All right. Don't forget what I said, 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and Matthew chapter 25. So have this at the back of your mind.
Actually, 2 ministers from Nigeria came to see me, to visit me here in Ukraine. Then they came to my church and they said, how come you have, at that point, maybe we had a few thousand people in the church, and I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I didn't even have a car because we only had less than 2,000 people in the church this time. And these pastors were telling me, how come you have 2,000 people in your church and you don't have a car? It's an insult, it's a disgrace. How can you have such a huge crowd and you don't have a car, and you don't have a house, and you don't have an apartment, you are even renting? How can, it's not possible. How can, it's not possible. Let's help you. And they started telling me of how pastors in Nigeria do it. So they started talking to me about how Nigerian pastors and the big churches. So they started mentioning the big churches and how these big churches actually rake in money, thanks to, according to them, the right interpretation of the Bible. They said they were going to show me a few scriptures that are money-making scriptures that will bring money to me and bring money to make me to have money, more money than I could imagine. The very first money-making strategy they gave me is that we have been coming to your church now, we have been following you to the church now for 2 weeks, and in all these 2 weeks, we see that you only collect offering in Sunday services. I was having 10 services in a week, but I was only having 2 offerings in a week. So they say, how could you be coming? You have church 2 services on Sunday, then you have every service on Monday, you have leaders meeting, you have this, you have this, you have this. All those services, they must be with offering. Where is your offering bag? I said, we don't even bring them. Anytime church member gather, it is an opportunity now to make money now. You don't know. Anytime that you have to, even if you don't have program, you have to set up program every day. You have to make sure that you have services morning and afternoon or day, at least every day. And the reason is not because of the service, it's just for you to be able to make money, to be able to call for offering. You must give a word for offering. You must do tithe and offering. You must give tithe. You must call for offering every meeting. That's why you don't have a car. That's why you don't have a house. That's why you don't have anything. And you have thousands of white people. Hey, this kind of congregation that you have, everybody is dreaming of it in Nigeria. This could have 2,000 white people. How can you have 2,000? And everybody is dreaming. Even the ones who are having 10,000 in Nigeria, they are ready to change with you. They will take 2,000, 1,000 say for white people, and they will give the African to you.
A lot of women are in the hospitals today, held by the hospital management because they cannot afford the hospital bills after giving birth in their hospitals. A lot of Nigerians are in need of medical attention, lying in hospital beds or even in their houses, seeking for money to take care of themselves. A lot of Nigerians cannot afford the school fees of their children. Millions of Nigerians, millions of Africans are hungry, unemployed, homeless, yet there are millionaires, billionaires as pastors, politicians in Nigeria and in Africa. Politicians loot, share, embezzle public funds to enrich themselves, while pastors do this to enrich themselves.
I want 90 persons who will give $5,000. 90 persons. I'm going to give you one of these mantles.
Stand up. 3. I want you out of your seat right now. You are all over this building. Stand up. Stand up.
Listen. Do not choose a seat that is convenient. Choose the one that stretches. I want the people who are going to sow between $1,000 and $5,000. We're going to call you in one tranche, and you will come out to sow this.
And I want to take a very tiny seed.
Y va a ser una semilla sencilla.
For us in Africa,
Para nosotros en África,
$70 is tiny.
$70 es muy poco.
Because we enlarge our faith.
Porque incrementamos nuestra fe.
Tonight, the prophetic word the Lord gave me is for someone. And you got to learn how to react. I want to challenge you to sow seed tonight. I want you to sow a seed of 52,000 naira. That's what I want you to sow. So wherever you are today, get out of your seat and come forward.
Some pastors and politicians are the same thing. Not just pastors and politicians. Some of us, we still have that tendency to do the same thing when we get into this kind of positions. If we are able to, get to a certain height as a preacher, as a pastor, as a man of God, we will still do the same thing. If we have the opportunity to become a politician, get to a certain level, we will still abandon those that pushed us to that height. All right. So these guys are the same people. Politicians are after mansions, cars all over the world, while pastors are after cars, mansions, private jets. Is there any difference? Even some politicians don't even dare buy a private jet, but pastors purchase private jets. So tell me if there is any difference between these two categories of people. Politicians make policies in government beneficial to them alone. From these policies, they rake in millions and billions in their pocket for their families, not thinking about the next door neighbor that is suffering. All right. While pastors preach prosperity, tell you that I'm going to teach you how to become rich tomorrow. From there also, they rake in millions, abandoning their congregation.
The Bible says the voice of a poor man is not heard. You want to join me at this level to sow $1,000? Come up here so I can, take you to another level. If that's you. Anybody else want to do that?
So we all have a part to play in the development of our country. We all have a part to play in the development of our continent. We can help ourselves to build ourselves, to restore ourselves, to redeem ourselves, to develop our continent. Put in place the infrastructures needed for development to take place. Put in place infrastructures that can take people out of poverty. Put in place infrastructures that will grow our economy so that everybody will be comfortable. It is the responsibility of you and I. It is the responsibility of the government. It is the responsibility of our pastors. Don't say because he's a pastor, he's just a preacher. So development doesn't have any person's name on it. Development is for everybody. You have to contribute your own quota for development to take place. If you are in position to build an industry, to build a factory, to employ people, to create jobs, do it so that somebody, somewhere, will have food to eat. Because if you pull out 2 or 3 families out of poverty, those 3 families will pull out another 3 families. You see, poverty is leaving our land. Development is coming. People are buying cars. People are building houses. No one is being ejected because he or she cannot afford his or her rent. It's not just about calling for seed. It's not just about calling people, telling somebody, I'm going to teach you how to make money. That is not just how it is. Because if you feed somebody today, if you give somebody alms, if you give somebody 5,000, or at the end of the month, you give somebody 20,000, you're feeding that person for a particular day. But if you create jobs and employ that person, you are feeding that family or that person, for a lifetime. That's just how it is. You can give scholarships, train people educationally. You can train them, in vocational things, skills, so that they will be on their own. Entrepreneurs, all right? So that is just what I'm trying to say. The gospel of Jesus is not and will never be about money, rather about salvation and love. So how do you show love? Is by helping the poor. That is how you show love. Jesus did signs and wonders. He did not ask for money. Rather, he gave freely, all right? And he told his disciples that freely you're giving and freely you shall give. That is what Jesus said. It's not about trying to siphon money from people because you want to heal them, because you want to make them prosperous. If you want to make people prosperous, it's by creating jobs.
Healing, deliverance, and all of God's blessing are hindered by the way and manner we go about issue of money. No one can give money from his heart before healing. Anybody that gives money before healing is given that money on condition. Heal me, have money. And the healing and God's blessing should not be exchanged. When we give freely,
우리가 거저 줄 때,
as we have been given freely,
하나님 앞에서 거저 받았듯이
God will raise his people to bless us
하나님께서 주의 백성을 일으키셔서 축복하게 하실 것입니다.
abundantly.
풍성하게.
What is this?
¿Qué es eso?
Mi mamá decidió traerte recuerdo de Suiza.
It's a present for you from Switzerland.
Present for me?
Para usted.
It's a present
Ella.
for you.
Look, you help me give it to needy.
Déselo a los necesitados.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Este sobre ella lo dedicó para usted, Prophet. En el sobre hay una ofrenda que ella ahorró por un año, $1,000 para el ministerio de usted. Y ella,
there is an offering in the envelope of $1,000.
y ella quiere la cuenta bancaria para seguir enviando dinero al ministerio.
Oh, help me give it to the needy. Thank you.
Ayúdeme a dárselo a los necesitados.
No, for the needy.
Para los necesitados. Déselo a los necesitados.
Do you think there is a difference between our politicians, those that have been embezzling and siphoning our public funds, and the pastors that are preaching prosperity so that they will receive money from people to buy mansions, buy cars, buy private jets? Do you think there is any difference between these two categories of people? For me, I don't think so. If this is the first time you're coming across our channel, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not, share it with your friends and families. Tell us what you think in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.